you started in 2017 and you ended up completing your master's in 2020, a big
Mhm.
duration of 3 years. So sometimes many students, they ask me, or even sometimes I get this thought in my mind, like, is it good to extend our master's more than 2 years and complete it in 2.5 years or 3 years? Is it really make sense? So what is your take on this point?
I would say it totally depends on your end goal, that okay, what you want to
Mhm.
be after you finish your master's. So if you want to enter any company as a trainee or as an associate or as an analyst, then definitely you can, you will get those kind of jobs right after finishing your master's. But if you are aiming for senior positions like senior consultant or engagement manager, or in my case
Mhm.
it's AVP, then for those kind of jobs you need certain skill sets, or let's say kind of brand value or know-how that you can show that okay, I already know this and now I qualify for this. If you give me a chance, then I can even satisfy needs for this position. So if you are aiming for something high, then it might take more time, because for me it was 3 years. So coming from a middle class family, I was supporting my education on my own, right?
Right.
So internship was one motivation to learn, and second motivation was also to earn, because Munich is
Exactly.
not a cheap
Right.
city, right? So in a way, for
Hmm.
me, doing internship was one way to earn my bread in here.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need more time. For me it was two additional internships, and also
Mhm.
COVID fairly played its part. But anyway, I have no regrets. I did two internships even after, let's say, completing my masters, or
Masters.
taking a semester break, and that was something that cost me 1 year, one additional year.
But
But at the end I got the job that I was looking for. So yeah, it
yeah, right.
totally depends on your end goal.
And also sometimes during this journey of like 3 years, 3 years is a huge duration. Like even if I consider 2 years, 2 years is a lot, and now moving another 1 year, adding up to that is a lot. If you think it, taking it all emotionally, physically, you go through that duration every day,
True.
like applying jobs, studying in your university, and then also thinking about what will be the end goal. Like sometimes it hits up your mind. You are sometimes emotionally, physically tired up. So how you kept yourself motivated during this 3 years journey? What was the thing that kept you motivated, that yeah, somehow I will achieve this end goal?
Yeah, being honest, I would say I crushed myself a lot, many times. I was very near to depression many times. But family members, friends,
Right.
I get in touch with everybody. My uh, I mean every day I at least give my mother a call, half an hour. So in a way, if you stay in touch with your family or
Right.
your friends, somebody with whom you can talk or discuss, or maybe if even if you don't share your problems, but
Mhm.
just be in touch with somebody, then it also helps. And I would say when you see other people passing through the same kind of situation or having some
Mhm.
similar kind of troubles, then it gives you motivated. Okay, so I'm in a shit, but we all are in the
Right.
same kind of problem. So it's something that you give the motivation. Okay, one more day, let me try one more time. And yeah, in a way, if I share one story, then I graduated in middle of crisis.
Right.
March 2020, government. I graduated in end of February, and in March 12th or 13th, German government declared that okay, now there is this lockdown, job freeze,
Mhm.
companies are filing bankruptcies, this and that, and it was huge. So no job for me. I wasted, or let's say invested 6 months in finding the right job for me. Then I realized okay, there is no job, but I am still qualified to do an internship as a student.
Right.
So even when I was qualified to earn as a full-time employee, I was doing internship. And so after 6 months, I invested another 6 months doing an internship. So I invested or wasted, whatever you call it, 1 year after graduation. And then
Mhm.
I was qualified to enter into a full-time job market. And then my first job was good enough that if I see myself, it's not right to compare yourself with others, but if I see, then I have, let's say, saved 1 or 2 years of time to reach this position already.
Right,
So
right,
yeah,
right.
in a way, if you keep on stay positive, even if you go through problems, I would say Germany, especially Munich market is quite rewarding, right?
Right. So now we'll see, as from your story, sometimes this same problems, it happens with every student. If I tell about myself, even every day will be difficult. There will be some problems going in your family. There will be problems with your job applications. There will be
True.
problem with your university studies.
Yeah.
And from all this, you have to be strong enough to survive here, because it takes a lot, first of all, to clear everything, your exams and everything in TUM. That is another different story. We'll not take up that into this topic, otherwise we'll
Yeah.
keep on talking a lot.
It's a
And
separate 10-hour issue. Yeah.
yeah, and then doing up this job applications, working simultaneously part time, though it seems like we are earning money or something by part time jobs, but it takes a lot to work in company,
Yeah.
do their job and everything, and after that do take care of ourselves by cooking, doing home cleaning and everything, and after
Yeah.
that also handling the family issues which are going back in the home country. So I think overall, if it's a lot in this 2 or 3 years the student is taking up, and after that if he is getting something big, that is big motivation, particularly for me, coming from, we both come from the same country, and most of the students who come from India are middle class people, or middle class students. They have a decent earning structure in their back in their home country, and they have
Hmm.
to sometimes support their family as well. So
Hmm.
I mean, there are many things going around with students' minds. So
True.
from all this, it is a good journey, I would say.
Hmm.
And also, one thing I would like to tell is, now coming towards the full-time job. So your job designation is quite fancy, I would say, assistant vice president. So how does this happen? Like, what were the interviewers asking you when you applied for this position? What was their expectations from you? Because they have seen your internships and everything. So you can tell us shortly what were the interviewers thinking when they
Hmm.
took you for this job.
Yeah. I would say I didn't apply for this job. So
Okay.
that's a funny story. I applied for one job in the same company, and
Mm-hmm.
they took my interview. And the hiring manager was like, "You have a pretty good profile, and I would say one colleague of mine is also hiring.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind if I share it internally?" And I was like, "Yeah, why? I mean, why not? For
Yeah.
me to get a full-time job, that's the goal, right?" And
Right.
I was pretty desperate to work full time after graduating a year ago, right? So in a way, I was very desperate, and I told
Mm-hmm.
him, "Yeah, why not?" And then my hiring manager, he took this interview.
Mm-hmm.
We had I didn't even know that, okay, what was the position and this and that. I just shared my story. They had a specific need. They wanted somebody who can understand both the industry, insurance as well as reinsurance,
Mm-hmm.
who has some kind of, let's say, experience of having a big picture view, holistic, so portfolio view, strategy view, that kind of. And all of my internships were in a perfect sync for the requirement. I mean, I didn't realize that. I mean, otherwise I would
Mm-hmm.
have applied for that. And yeah, it just worked. I mean, it was kind of luck, and me showcasing all the things that I had, and they
Mm-hmm.
realizing that, okay, this is exactly the right requirements, and yeah, in a way it worked. But coming back to, yeah, I mean, if you would like to have the, like, what kind of question they asked, so it was pretty general.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to see my motivation, why I, okay, everybody, I mean, in Germany generally you have two interviews. One is HR and second is technical. So the technical
Right.
one is somebody, your hiring manager or your future team members take it. And for me, the HR on was already done, so they knew
Mm-hmm.
that I had the right fit or right positive motivation for the company and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next round was this technical round, and there my manager wanted to know my motivation, why I want to join this team.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, I prepared my presentation and everything. Okay, who am I, what I have done, and
Mm-hmm.
what I am chasing for. And they found me motivating. I mean, they saw that, okay, I am an ambitious guy coming from an
Mm-hmm.
India. I mean, India or third world country. Most of us are, okay, we have something in mind, and that's why we are out of comfort zone. So that's something
Right.
that I showed him. Change of engineering to management, that also adds some more value. That, okay, if if I want to achieve something, then I don't shy
Mm-hmm.
away from hard work. So those things were there. And after showcasing my main motivation, and let's say what I want to do, it was pretty simple because the industry was very niche. And without me realizing that, okay, now I'm making my profile more specific to one industry or one role, I just applied, and yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
But it was a luck factor also. Yeah.
Yeah, but I see, even what you consider it as luck or something, but if I look back to your journey and everything, it is a perfect result of hard work and everything. You moved in the right direction since your start of your master. So I think it's you deserve it. So though you consider it is 95% or 98% hard work, and it's some 5% or 2% luck, you can consider it. But more or less it is hard work and your efforts in that. And also I was looking towards you have uploaded your grade as well in the LinkedIn. So it's 2.3.
Yeah.
Now why I'm coming towards the grade, this is also something
Hmm.
matter of we can say discussion. Many students, they consider it as the whole and soul. Your profile, your grade
Right.
is your profile, but
Hmm.
from what I learned from your profile is, yeah, it is the holistic view we can take into consideration. It's
Hmm.
uh, we can say 2.3 is average grade, right? It's not very good or not very less. It's in
I
the
would say
middle.
it's below average. Yeah, for TOEM standard, it's below average, I would say.
So 2.3 is, but yeah, even getting 2.3
Right.
is you know, it takes a lot into. So
Yeah. So
2.3.
true. Yeah. Yeah. Let me answer that. So that's true. Most of people think that having a
Mhm.
good grade is something that company values. But yeah, that's one part of profile. And as you mentioned, having a holistic profile, it's let's say it will value it. It will add more value to your profile than having a good grade. So even I had some friends who got full-time job offers when they were in second semester. So they didn't even like passed all the exams, didn't get grade or anything, but still they had, because if you have right skill sets, then getting a job, it's not a big problem for you.
Right.
For me, I had my priorities straight. I didn't had experience, which most of my classmates had. So in my case, when I mean, in my batch 2017 to 2020 or 2019, my classmates had 5 6 years of experience, which
Mhm.
now I think might be, let's say, less. But yeah, in my case, it was 5 6 years of experience, and I was fresher. So I knew that which
Yeah.
are the fields where I'm lacking or where I'm falling behind them, and those fields were practical experience, like, yeah, those things. And I focus more on that side. I knew that,
Mhm.
okay, I can get good grades. I mean, it's not a big deal. In my bachelor's, I mean, in mechanical engineering, it was fairly tougher than management, and I secured second rank in my university, so I could have had the
Right.
same strategy and I could have got the same grade. But that wasn't required. I mean, anything below 2.5 is good for me, I would say, because that shows that if you are good enough to score 2.5 in Technical
Right.
University of Munich, that means you have the rigor for theory, you can pass exams, and you are a hardworking person, and you know your
Uh,
theories and fundamentals.
yeah. And now, like, we will come towards the end of the discussion because I think it's we have discussed most of the points, and
Mhm.
this was more kind of a general discussion because this discussion is needed. Apart from like me discussing everything like academics, your
Mhm.
percentage, your profile, everything, we have like made multiple videos on that. But this was a general discussion, and adding to this discussion, I have one point in mind, which is the last. So what is your advice or your take or your thoughts you want to share to students who are just joining this course or maybe any management course in Germany, and what should be their uh, point of thinking, like what should be their way ahead during the entire journey of course, your
Mhm.
advice, your tips that you can share with students they should keep in mind during this journey.
Yeah. I would say, considering the rate with which you are making videos, I would say let me even generalize it and make it not only country specific, but any foreign country specific. So, I mean, if you consider, so first of all, if you are graduate and if you are considering to either work or either take a full time job
Mhm.
or do your masters, then I mean that's also a big let's say decision to make. But when you decide to move to any foreign country, consider, have you straight up your priorities, that okay, what do I want to do, because that will help you a lot. I mean, one thing is having a motivation, and second thing is
Mhm.
having a clarity of thoughts. So when you have that clarity of thought, it will it will save a lot of time for you and also energy and money.
Right.
So first have a clear thought that okay, what should be your end goal or right position where you want to be. Once you have it, find the right positions that okay, I mean, which countries you should consider. So for me, Germany provides free education, and that was main motivation coming from a middle class family. If you are
Right.
considering, let's say, less problematic or more easy markets, then you might even consider Canada or US or Australia, where you might have tuition fees, but the
Mhm.
language of communication, language of business, everything will be in English, so you don't go through this language learning or those kind of things. So no big cultural shock for you. So in
Right.
a way, first, yeah, decide those countries, and when you know that okay, these are the things that I want to do, these are the countries or universities I want to be, then make a specialization. So before we end our video today, I wanted to mention this thing, and it's good that it came in a way that which like things that help me a lot or help me a lot in differentiating myself than other people was having a clear direction. So when
Right.
I came here, before even starting this course, I knew that I wanted to be strategy manager. I mean, that was a clear goal. So before 2017, I knew that I wanted to be somebody who might not know how each and every instrument work, but who can
Mhm.
easily orchestrate. So I had my priorities straight. And because of that, I selected specialization
Mhm.
for this 3 years masters. I mean, in our course, we don't have to select a specialization, but we can select the electives in a way that we
Right.
end up in a certain field. And so I did that. I took all of the internships, strategically decided that, okay, that it will help me to get a full-time job in this industry for this position, and I took it. So it was also let's say kind of prepared, planned view for me, and I also wrote my thesis in the same chair.
Right.
And when you add up all these things, you develop certain niche, or you have your expertise where the other people do not even qualify to apply for those kind of roles or those kind of positions. And when I reflect back, I would say it was difficult. I mean, sometimes I saw that okay, I wasn't getting invitation for most of the interviews because my profile wasn't matching, but
Mhm.
that wasn't something that I was targeting. So if you have that clarity of thought, one goal in mind, that I am targeting this industry, this position, then your life will be much easier. So first, set up your priorities. That's the main advice that I can give to any ambitious young student.
So that was a complete, I would say, video regarding guys everything. And I would like to thank Jash for coming on this video, sharing his experience. See, what I learned from his journey is you always have to set your priorities, go in one direction, and yeah, if you think big, you can get big. It is all hard work, and yeah, if you give your total efforts, if you stay strong in all this journey, you can get big. So that's what I learned from his journey. And for me, it is personally a bit motivational video for me, because I've been following this guy since a long time, and he has in some way helped me in with talking or giving some advices, because it is also important to get advice from your seniors, and they giving their time, their precious time is also important to the juniors who are studying. So which is now I'm doing as well for my juniors. So I think this thing should also go on, because this is the thing which shares, like if I know something, I'm sharing something, just know something, he's sharing something though. So this thing will help someone or the other in some way. And also it is not like if he is sharing some 10 thoughts, so pick up that things that apply to yourself. It is not like that work from him will work for you. So
Yep.
things can change. uh, People can have different priorities, but take up the strong points, take up the points that motivate you for doing something. So and hopefully that will work for you. So it was a nice video with Jash. Thanks, Jash.
Was
Thanks for
truly
coming,
pleasure.
taking your
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, thanks for inviting, and I'm very let's say very happy that you shared this and you gave me this chance. And in a way, I mean, I would like to use your platform to like tell future applicants for TUM or even Germany in general. I'm easily reachable on LinkedIn, and I'm happy to help if people have some kind of questions. I'm more than happy to help them.
Yeah,
So
guys, feel
I
free
will
to reach
reply.
out to him.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jash. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.